Welcome to the A Monday Moment with Dr. Mal podcast, where each week I, Dr. Mal, share life lessons and motivation to kickstart your Monday. Whether you're starting your day or winding down, join me or me and my future guest for a burst of positivity and a fresh perspective. Let's make Mondays meaningful together.
Greetings and happy Monday, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Mallory D. McCoy, and welcome to this week's episode of A Monday Moment with Dr. Mal. As always, may this broadcast bring you what you need in the present moment. May my light exude positivity and kindness, and may my love be extended to all who could use a little extra. Ashe. But seize the moment. I'm being quiet because my little one is still sleeping as I record this on Sunday, March 1st. I cannot even believe that it's March already. Like, what happened to January and February? But welcome to this episode of Ask Dr. Mal, the winter edition, which is hard for me to say because since I've been in Mexico, we've experienced a few record-breaking cold days, but cold as in the 50s, not cold as in the negative zeros or anything like that. And so it's kind of hard for me to say the winter edition, but I do honor and recognize the season that we are in because even though my body didn't experience the coldness, my body still felt a need to rest. And even in this astrological time where Mercury is retrograde in Pisces, I'm still being required to center resting. So I've been honoring my body in that way. And I've been resting, and I hope that you are also honoring your body in whatever way your body needs to be honored. Before we dive into the questions that I've been asked for this episode, I want to alert you to how we can stay connected this season. This is a winter season. This March, I'll be moving around a lot. I'm in my nomadic era, and just in less than a couple of weeks, I'll be moving on to something new. You'll have to stay tuned to my social medias to know what's happening because literally mi trabajo primera es disfruta mi vida. My primary job is living my best life. And so I'm just taking in what others are doing and what they've established down here in Mexico already. And I'm in full exploration mode right now. And I just love this because I'm healing myself as I'm doing this. I'm healing other versions of me. So I'm grateful for the gift to be able to do that. I have opened up my spiritual services. They are on my website as well. I have already offered pre-recorded tarot and oracle card readings, but I've reopened my one-to-one astro coaching service, and the service that I am offering is called The Initial Alignment. The Initial Alignment is a focused 60-minute astro coaching session designed to help you make aligned decisions based on the stars when you were born. I'll use your natal chart, which is the star alignments as they were when you were born, and look at it and compare it alongside what's happening in our current transits. And then together we can examine the patterns that are in front of you. This is literally how I manifested and am manifesting the life that I can't believe I get to live every day. And so had I not experienced what I experienced personally, I might not be able to help others to move into that space, but it's not a belief at this point. It's proven. I've proved it through my own experience, and I want that for everyone. I want everyone to live the life that they can't believe they get to live every day. And so if you feel so inclined, you can go to my website, whenmallorylives.com/services, and book a service with me. The introductory rate is only available for my first 28 clients. 28 is my number. It's my birthday day. It's my son's birthday day. And it's the number of wealth and joy. After my first 28 clients, my pricing will go up. That's my commitment to myself. Spiritual services aren't free, just like any other service isn't free. And so, yeah, if you feel so inclined, go ahead and do that. I'm also continuing to share my journey through my social media pages. And actually, after this episode, I'll have a different social media page. So you have to stay tuned to my social media so you can know what's going on. But this show, as long as I have it, will be streamed on all major platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then, of course, my home network, the Alive Podcast Network. So if you need clarity or grounding or spiritual insight, just head to whenmallorylives.com and book what aligns with you. All right, let's get into the questions. So the first, someone actually used my form this month, and I'm grateful for that. Sometimes I get DMs and sometimes I get personal text messages to ask me questions, but someone actually used my process, and my Mercury and Virgo was like going crazy. So crazy in joy. So thank you to whoever submitted the question that I'm going to answer in this episode. But the first question aligns with what has happened in Mexico. So last week, has it been a week already? Maybe it has. Well, maybe it's been 2 weeks. Sometime before today, there was an operation carried out jointly by the U.S. and Mexican officials here in Mexico. And the result of that operation killed a cartel leader. And in turn, the cartel retaliated against the government, being very clear, not the people, the government, and caused quite a bit of damage in Puerto Vallarta. I am in Merida, Mexico. Where I'm at is on the other side of the country. So the United States of America is bigger than Los Estados Unidos de Mexico as far as width is concerned. But it didn't happen anywhere close to me because of what was happening in Puerto Vallarta. There was a lot of misinformation being fed to the American people about what was happening in Mexico as a whole. And in ignorance, it was translated as this is happening across Mexico. There was AI footage of things that didn't happen being released. People that didn't have their feet on the ground in Mexico making headline stories and content on social media about what they thought was happening here in Mexico at large. It was really sad to experience because this is my first time experiencing the world outside of the United States of America. And it was sad. It was really sad to see the misinformation that was being fed to the American people. There were some family members that did contact me to see if I was okay. And so I was grateful for that, but it was a lot spiritually to take because I was led here. I did not make this decision to move to where I moved to. I didn't take it lightly because I was moving with my son. So my number one job in this life is to keep him safe. And so when I chose Merida because it is statistically the second safest city in all of the Americas, Canada, USA, Mexico, Central America, South America, second safest city. Imagine how many cities are in all of these countries, and it's the second safest city statistically. And so that was my number one reason why I was led here. Spirit led me here. And spirit has not missed in my life. Like, it is so safe. And even when the things popped off all across the country, security heightened here. They closed off the main highways and started making sure that people going in and out were doing what they said that they were doing. So there were checkpoints. There was heightened police. I even heard a helicopter that day, which I hadn't heard before. But where I'm at is safe. I was concerned because I did have a couple of people reach out to me and say, like, hey, I have a trip planned. Should I take the trip? And I'm like, this is people's homes. This is not just a vacation destination. And so if the concern is not for the people, then that's off-putting too. That just spoke to me what is it? It's the entitlement of the American people. And that is just an echo of white supremacy. Even if we're not white, we still perpetuate white supremacy. And to me, that was indicative of that because this is people's lives that we're talking about here. And like I said, There was no lives in immediate dangers, but there was 62 servicemen and one civilian woman. And I don't even know the story behind the one civilian woman that was killed, but the 62 servicemen were of the Mexican National Guard that were killed. And that altercation happened in Puerto Vallarta that day. So 2 days later, kids were back in school and businesses were open, but the news in the United States wasn't fast enough to keep up with that. So anyway, I say all that to say that being in the world, in the bigger world and expanding beyond America opens your mind to things that you you can't even believe. It expands your mind beyond the minuscule thinking. Yeah. And so I say all that to say it's March 1st. I'm in Mexico. This will air March 2nd. I will be safe. I am safe. Safety to me is a vibration. So I'm safe wherever I go. I can be anywhere in the world and I will be safe because I'm a vibration of safety and I understand that I'm divinely guided and protected. And I have unshakable faith about that. So yeah, there's the answer to that question. But I will also say that, and I continue to say, double, triple down. I feel safer in Mexico than I've ever felt in the United States. And the number one thing that helps me to feel safe in Mexico is that I don't have to be Black in Mexico. I am a brown sister, but I don't have to be American Black. Maybe I'll go into depth in that in another episode, but being able to lay that down, I do have to be vigilant and have vigilance because I'm a woman, but I don't have to have the same hypervigilance that I have in the United States by being Black. And I don't have to have that for my son. And so I'm grateful for that. The second question that I got on my Ask Dr. Mal form that I have is, would you consider living outside of the United States for good? If so, where? If not, why? And so the answer to that question is yes. I am trying to make it so that I never have to live in the United States for the rest of my life. Like, I don't want to live there. And Merida is a beautiful healing space. It is hot. We're right in the middle of a really hot space, but the beach is 30 minutes away. So honestly, I don't mind it. The city goes alive at night. And so I love that. It's just managing staying cool during the day. I'm considering many different places. This is not my stopping point. This is only one point. You'll have to keep up with me to know where I'm going next, but yeah, I plan to live in the world and I plan to be a part of different cultures because that's what I'm intended to do. A fun fact, as an astrologer, I think it's always cool to know people's astrology. And what I'm learning is there's a lot of Sagittarian energy here. The Sagittarius is the nomad. The Sagittarius is the wanderer. I'm a Sagittarius rising. That means my identity house is the rising, and I have a stellium, which is 3 or more signs in the same house. I actually have 5 Sagittarius signs in my birth chart. And so at my identity core, I'm the wanderer. And according to my whole house chart, my Leo sun and my Leo moon are in my 9th house. And the 9th house is the house of travel, house of higher learning, house of foreign countries and things like that. So I'm intended to live my life in the world. And so, yeah, I don't plan to be here. Or I should say here as in the United States. I plan to be in the world somewhere. But I have to be mindful also because I am the matriarch of my family. It's just me and my son is not as flexible as I am. He is a homebody and he likes to be at home. And so I have to also be mindful of him as I move through the world. But I'm grateful he has a father and he can go to his father while I traverse around the world. So I hope that the answers that was able to provide for you today opened up something for you, a new thought, a deeper reflection, or even a moment of clarity. As we move through the rest of this winter season, wherever you are, I invite you to check in with your own alignment. Where are you feeling called? Where are you playing small? And where are you letting your fear talk louder than spirit? And where might true safety, your true expansion, be waiting for you in the world? In the world. The world is so vast. That's all for me today. I will see you in 2 weeks for another Monday moment with Dr. Mal. But until then, love and peace to all of you. Have the best week.
Thank you for tuning in for a Monday Moment with Dr. Mal, now proudly a part of the Alive Podcast Network. You can find this show on the Live Podcast Network website and app, and you can find this podcast streaming across your favorite podcast streaming platforms. If you love to have the visual, you can tune into my YouTube channel, When Mallory Lives, to see this show and catch up on all my shows from the beginning.